Hello beans! And welcome to the very first episode of my new Minecraft Cozy Survival series. So while I'm starting this episode off just kind of exploring and getting, around on the map a bit, I wanted to build a boat pretty immediately because the waterways were so pretty. I thought maybe we could catch up a bit. So don't worry, nothing too crazy is going on the screen, except I'm just traveling a bit and trying to, find a place to get started really. So as we get started, there are a couple of things that I want to address pretty immediately. One is of course my experience with Minecraft, the second is my experience with YouTube in general, and the third is kind of the plan for this series, so we all know kind of what we're getting into. So let's chop down this tree and talk about the elephant in the room. I suck at Minecraft. Or at least I suck on my computer. Because I am used to playing Minecraft on PlayStation, actually, on console, with my husband primarily. And it's not really something I got into early. I'm not one of those people who've been playing it for years and years and years. It's not been a part of my childhood. It's not something I have experience with in the same way that I have experience with The Sims, which is something I've featured pretty prominently on this channel in the past. But my god, Minecraft just has a chokehold on me at times because it is so engaging, it's so fun, there's so many things to do and you can just, go from task to task and it's very much right up my alley. But I'm still really bad at it. I don't know a lot of the basics, so if you get to scream at the computer as you're watching this, scream in the comments too and let me know. I very much want all tips and tricks that I can get. Also, you're probably gonna see me fiddle with the controls or do something a bit awkwardly at times, because I just don't really have that flow yet, which is, kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time. But I still really wanted to do this Minecraft series because I do love making YouTube videos. It's something I've done a lot, and I haven't done a lot in the past 6 months at least. I've had kind of a break as I moved into the farm I now live on. Well, it's not really a farm. It's a huge house in the country and we have a barn and stuff, but we're not farmers, we don't have that much land. Anyway, I live in the countryside now. I am very, very pleased with that, but it's been kind of a tumultuous year for me, so I haven't been posting much and I don't know, I was gonna say I feel bad about that, but I only really feel bad about it when my dad and my brother is asking for new videos. Because honestly, it's just not where I've been at. I've been, wanting to do some different things, and now that, the interest is kind of getting back there, I just thought I might as well get back into it. It's fun, it's a great hobby, but it's obviously not an obligation. This is not my job or anything like that. It's just fun and something I like to share, and I love the community I started to build on here, and I thought I actually had a pretty good thing going before I kind of zoned out for a bit. But anyway, I'm back at it, and I'm back at it with Minecraft. After all the controversy with The Sims, I also kind of lost interest in The Sims because of that. It just wasn't really feeling right anymore, but Minecraft always feels right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a very, very cozy survival series because I think it's very funny to run from zombies, and also the first time I tried Minecraft, I actually felt it was kind of a horror game. And I know it's also a game for 12-year-olds, but I was scared when I went into the caves for the first time. And it's fun. It's a fun challenge, and it's fun to, need a reason to get a food source and everything, but I also really want to do a lot of building, and I think I have a vision of just making this huge, huge world where, slowly but surely we connect everything and make, almost cities, and I just have so many ideas and plans and things I want to build, because really I am a builder at heart. I like making things, look pretty. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And to do that, we kind of need to have a to-do list, because we very much do need to get started somewhere. And as you can tell, I've just been kind of running around, but I did have a reason to run around. So I've been running around because I've made this to-do list, and on the to-do list it says find coal, find food source, get iron, make shears and craft a bed. So obviously, if you can't tell, I very much insist on making things harder for myself. So obviously I am shit at Minecraft, you know, a newbie, total beginner and all that stuff. And yet I still insist on being vegetarian in the game. Because I'm vegetarian in real life, and apparently cow pixels, I cannot kill them. I cannot kill a pixelated cow, or a pixelated chicken, or rabbit, or anything else like that. Or not even the very, very cute sheep. They're way too cute, and I'm peaceful, I'm a pacifist, I do not want to do that. So, I need to get another reliable food source, and I need to somehow get some iron really fast, so I can craft a bed before I go insane or die. I will say, I actually tried starting this world once, and I was so embarrassed because I died so quickly, and I just had to go the other way. But as I've been sailing around, I've been kind of looking at the mountains around, seeing if there's any like coal or easy iron to get, so we can make some lights for tonight or this year, but probably just the lights for tonight, because again, I'm not quick enough at this, I'm not that fast. And then also, I've been looking for a food source, so usually my go-to has been watermelon, and if not watermelon, then maybe those little bushes of berries, the berry bushes. So I've kind of been looking for those kind of things on the shores as I've been sailing around. But I had no such luck, so instead now I'm running around the shore and, still looking for anything I can eat. Because at this point, I'm getting a little bit stressed, I gotta admit, I'm a little stressed now. So I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit, and you can tell it's already getting dark outside and I'm still stressing. I still haven't found anything to eat because I'm shit at this game, but that's when I find a cave. And in this cave, slight cave I guess, I see some really nice coal. And I'm like, okay, at this point, maybe I'm not gonna find food for tonight, but at least I'm gonna get some lights so I can, not get attacked by zombies. That's all I want at this point. So I'm gonna, run in there and grab a bunch of coal. And as I slowly give up on getting, any food source for tonight, I am just going to, make this little cave my home and hopefully find some iron in here. So what I'm gonna do now is, light the sucker up and just, get digging and hope that we can get some good. So at this point I'm just hacking away, mining and minding my own business when I keep hearing this spider, and I'm like, I gotta go check this out. Because at some point that slithering sound just becomes, it's just a little too much. So I'm gonna try and see what the fuss is about. And I probably really shouldn't have done that. But you live and you learn, and I guess I just never learned that I am no match for the Minecraft mods on easy mode. So yeah, fuck, I lost almost all my life, I am hungry as fuck, and I broke my pickaxe because I guess I thought for some reason that a wooden pickaxe, was definitely gonna win against the spider. And at this point I'm like, I still feel like it should've, but it didn't, so I'm just running the fuck away now. I quickly ran to make a sword, and I briefly thought about going back to the spider and finishing it off, but also, like, I have no life, I have no means of regaining life because I have no food source, and I thought maybe I should just wait this out instead and go back to mining. So yeah, first day, first night was generally a bust. I've seen people do some pretty amazing things on the first day in Minecraft. I do not do pretty amazing things on the first day in Minecraft. But I got a little bit of cover and I was ready to face another day and look for some food because soon I couldn't even run anymore. Shit, and then I also fell in a hole. I forgot about that, but even less life now, so I'm even more fucked than I already was. But hey, at least I'm surrounded by cute pixelated animals reminding me that I'm choosing to do this the hard way because I cannot bear to kill them. But wow, it would make this game so much easier to just whip whoop and then get some food and get some wool and then get a bed and have everything sorted, but alas, I do not make things easy for myself. But I guess I've learned a little because I was really thinking about going down that ravine, but I knew I had to trucker on because I again was so close to dying. And I figured maybe some wheat seeds would be the way forward, but we all know that wheat seeds take a million years about growing, so I knew it was a bad idea, but I was like, okay, at least I need to do something. Of course, leave no easy coal behind. And just as I'm about to think, maybe this Minecraft thing really isn't for me and I should not make a video about it, I spot that sweet, sweet green and yellowy green thing in the distance and I'm like, ah, food. So while for most people's standards, this is still a pretty unsuccessful day. At least we've got 2 things crossed off our to-do list now. We got coal and we got a food source. But I still have no iron, I still have no shears, and I still have no bed, so I'm just gonna hobbit hole down and, you know, bunk down for another night and just start mining, because honestly it's all there is to do in the middle of the night when you're scared of the zombies still, you have no armor, and you don't have any villages around. You just really don't have anything good going yet. So yeah, time to bunk down and, well, not bunk down because I don't have a bed. But anyway, I'm just going to keep on mining. So at this point I was kind of thinking of making something of a temporary base, so I decided to head back out there. Even though it was night, I felt very, very brave to cut down one of the trees that was very, very close to me so I could make a couple of doors. Just kidding, I was still a chicken, so I ran back in and made a furnace so I could smelt some of my copper and still decided to get a bit of that base thing going, but I waited a sec before I went out to get the doors. So while I was waiting for my copper to smelt, I was actually down there and starting kind of a mine, a real mine. So check out my new fit. Wow! And now check out my new mine. Wow! And also we're saying wow because look at that! Iron! So now that I finally got a few pieces of iron, I was feeling very, very confident in my ability to just make Minecraft my bitch. So I went back up there, threw them in the furnace, and got ready to make some shears and take the next day by storm. I was thinking of resource gathering and getting some wool, of course, crafting a bed and all that jazz, and maybe even look for a village if I was lucky. So on my way there, I had seen so many sheep, so I wasn't really focused on that in the start. I just kind of went around and explored the area I was in. I was thinking, you know, I needed somewhere to actually build my real base at some point. You know, I'm still at that point where, you know, I knew that I wanted to do it near a village, so I might as well just explore around the area. But I also kind of knew that I did not have my coordinates on. So I'm used to playing the Bedrock version, you know, on PlayStation, on console, as I told earlier, and there we can toggle the coordinates, so they would be in the corner. And I was a little bit scared of running too far away because I did not want to, you know, get lost and not be able to find back to my base, my temporary base. So I was just staying kind of near and, you know, looking around. I'd seen so many sheep the day before and gathering all sorts of stuff. But the thing is, this day, there were absolutely no sheep. There was anything but sheep. I met so many cute fishies, I met turtles, I met chickens, I met pigs, I think even cows, but sheep? No. No. They were hiding. And if you're wondering, I definitely took that very, very personally. You know, I tried it on, I planted some watermelon, you know, so I would have a fresh supply for the next couple of days now that I kind of rid the area of them. And, you know, kept looking and looking and looking, and then it got dark, so I went back home and finally made that door I've been speaking about, because I was realizing that this base was not going to be as temporary as I was hoping, because I had to, you know, camp out another night, and I was feeling, so annoyed about it, but whatever, I was camping out. I chose to do this to myself. I am, again, the one person who decided not to kill any sheep on the first day. But yeah, I decided to make it a little bit cute. I made some stairs, I got myself a chest because I had actually gathered quite a few things. Not really anything that was that useful, but I did my usual thing where I just stuff everything in one chest and hope for the best. And back to the mines I go for another night because apparently I just simply yearn for the mines. But hey, daytime came. I still didn't really get any cool materials when I was mining, but I went back out there and one of the first thing I found was sheep. So I don't know where they had all been hiding the night before or the day before, but whatever, they were here now and I just got like so much wool. Anyway, back at it, I went out there again and I found some clay and I figured, you know, I very often meet villagers who want to trade some clay and that's fine with me. It was easy to gather some. I got some cute flowers so I could dye my bed. I didn't really know whether I wanted to make it yellow or like blue at this point, but I decided to go with yellow. I think it's what I almost always do. So finally it was time to craft that bed that I've been dreaming about. And also I heard that if you don't sleep for, you know, too long in Minecraft, that's when, you know, there comes a different kind of mob at night and it will haunt you. And I did not want to be haunted, so I was so relieved to finally have my bed. And I'm just making a very cute little nook for it, placing it down, and you know, getting back out there because I was feeling a little bit more brave now that I had my bed. Everything was kind of going to plan, and yeah, I don't know, it was starting to feel a bit like a base. So I placed some torches and went around, and that's when I spotted something. A dog. Actually, I had gotten some bones earlier when I was out looking for the sheep. I had just kind of stumbled upon them, which meant I did not have to fight any skeletons to get them. I was very happy about that. But I decided I wanted, you know, I wanted my dog. I wanted a companion. And I did get a dog. I also ended up placing a bunch of torches on him because I still suck at the controls in Minecraft on my PlayStation at this point. I swear I am better now, but I will admit I have, you know, now that I'm in the future and have played a little bit more, I have hit a couple of villagers, I've hit some poor sheep, I've hit a lot of things accidentally because I am used to these things being very, very far apart on my controller and they're not now. But anyway, I got myself a dog and I'm very, very pleased with it, and I really need some name suggestions, so drop them down below. And also, I might gather more animals as time goes on. I think that's definitely something I want to do. So generally, I take name suggestions. I would love to just find names in the comments. But yeah, I think this is kind of it for the first episode. I hope you've been entertained or at least enjoyed it in some kind of way. Please do drop a like and a comment, anything that will really help me out and make me feel appreciated if you care about that. Again, I really want name suggestions, and I promise the next episode is going to have a lot more things going on than just me trying and failing at doing Minecraft. But I'm getting better, I promise, and thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure seeing you all again. Right, bye!